It's FPL game week 7 and it's time to get serious now. I know I have not been serious till now. I have done a lot of mistakes, etc. etc. And I've had a lot of bad game weeks and I'm 6 millionth and I'm at lower like far away positions, far away from the first position in all my mini leagues. But it's time to get serious because it is time to get Arsenal attackers. And Arsenal attackers, you will say, oh, so how will we accommodate Arsenal defenders, Raya, and then attackers? So we are more biased towards Arsenal defenders because they will keep a short clean sheets. I know they will, but so will Newcastle, so will Crystal Palace. Find yourself find yourselves cheap options in the defense and don't rely too much on defense because this season I don't think too many teams are going to keep a lot of clean sheets. Crystal Palace and Arsenal might, and even Newcastle. These three teams can, and they shouldn't be that expensive defenders. Arsenal, when it comes to attack, there is a lot of potential. They have a run of fixtures. They are going to play bottom 10 teams, and then they have Burnley, Sunderland, Fulham, and right now West Ham and Victor Gyökeres. How can you miss out on Victor Gyökeres? Known to be someone who scores against the bottom 10 and accumulates a lot of goals. He scored 56 goals. So imagine if he goes on a run, if he scores 7, 8 goals in his next five fixtures, you're missing out on a lot of goals. So that would be probably 60 points in 5 game weeks, potentially 60 or 50 points in 5 game weeks. So you don't want to miss out on that. And secondly, the midfielders, there are so many options and every option is good. I think even the people who are saying Ebreche is a rotation risk, I don't think he's a rotation risk. Even in the games where Mikel Arteta was not comfortable playing him, he had to bring him after 45 minutes because now he knows that Ebreche is crucial for Arsenal attack to be potent. How much chances will he get? Is he in the right positions? I think he had a lot of shots against Newcastle and he was taking the right positions. He also tries to switch the wings. He plays centrally also, and when Odegaard plays, he'll play on the left wing. And I think the combination of Odegaard, Ebreches, and Bukayo Saka, obviously that triangle they'll form, and Gyökeres will be ahead to find spaces behind the defense. Those things I think it is a very exciting time for Arsenal, and you should not miss out on these midfielders. And I don't prefer a single midfielder. Obviously, Bukayo Saka is a little above all the other ones, but even if you have a Bridges, even if you have Martin Odegaard right now, you will like get a lot of good results in the upcoming game weeks. Now, secondly, don't rely on Liverpool assets because right now defense you can obviously not rely on. Even Alisson has been injured, has got injured in the UCL tie, and secondly their attack is not flourishing right now. Words may play, may not play. You Nobody buys Soboslai in FPL. I don't know anyone who has a Soboslai in his team. Maybe people have, but I don't care really. He's not a good FPL option. And then if you see Mohamed Salah, too expensive to risk for too expensive, just too expensive to risk the kind of form he's showing. He was benched against Galatasaray, etc. etc. Gakpo again, not a very popular FPL option, plus not showing much to like fight with that fact that he's not very popular in FPL. Alexander Isak, I have him in my team, and I feel like he might not even start in this game, and Ekitike might, and that is the issue there. So even having Isak is not that it does not carry that much upside, and I might even sell him if it keeps on going like that. But you have some hope that sometime he will fire, and when he will fire, he'll score a lot of goals, and you'll get an advantage in a few game weeks, and you might get an advantage to get an opportunity to basically climb up the ladder in FPL. So I am sticking around with Isaac. I feel like a player with a potential like he has. You need to stick by them, be loyal, and wait for the period of games where they'll fire. And just like I have been loyal to Jokeres, I'm expecting a few returns, and just like that, I'm doing with Isaac. Basically, I think eventually, as the season goes, Haaland, Isaac, and Gyökeres will be the top three scorers, and they are must-haves in your FPL team. After that, we'll talk about reliable Newcastle defenders and Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon, I think, is a lovely option in FPL. He's on penalties. He scored two penalties, and he's just like he is now the best player in Newcastle. He basically handles the attack, and with Voldemort, he has that room also that he can link up play. He has a physical presence from where who can hold the ball up and like wait for his runs, etc., etc. So there is a lot of opportunity. Livramento obviously was a very good Castle defense option, but he unfortunately is out and might be only playing after the last international break after 22nd November. So that was not good to see. Kieran Trippier, I saw his minutes are very inconsistent, so you might not take a risk on him. Dan Burn looks like a decent option if you want a defender. Like he looks like a good option, and even on set pieces, he might come up with a goal or two somewhere in the near future. So you can do that. Botman also, like these options, even Kieran Trippier, if you have to keep him on the bench and play him in some game weeks, you are sure he will start. Newcastle have those kind of options, but other than that, I don't think much. Spurs attack will be hot and cold. I have realized this fact that okay, their defense has been better, but still drawing to Bodo Glimt and etc. etc. There are again inconsistencies in result, and even if they have a good coach right now, it is Tottenham, so you can't expect much from them. So basically, you can have Xavi Simmons, you can have Kudus, but don't expect too many returns from them. Just the fact that they are cheap, they can be in your team for the upside, potential upside they give, but you have a lot of other midfield options you can go for. So Spurs right now, I'm not that positive on. Brighton attack, even see Brighton are playing Wolves this game week, and Minte, Mitoma, Welbeck, everyone has a good potential. I personally, everyone would like to go Mitoma. He looks like the safe option with minutes in his bag all the games. So that looks a good option. In Chelsea, I realized like I'll now show you my team, and my latest transfer is Enzo Fernandez because what I realized, I saw Enzo Maresca clip where he was saying that the ability to enter the box from midfield is very crucial to him. Sort of, I don't even know if I saw this video or if it was a dream, but I realized that Enzo Fernandez, who I sort of ignored in the previous game weeks, I told you all also that I don't really rate that option for defensive contribution, etc. But I have brought him ahead of a Liverpool game week because I feel like Liverpool defense is not that good right now, and that is why I benched Virgil van Dijk. And I feel like basically Enzo Fernandez is always present in the in the crime spot or whatever you call it, like in the box, in the zones, in dangerous zones, and he's a box to box midfielder who Chelsea are relying on this season. And the fact that they are relying on, I think he will get a lot of opportunities and he might deliver. But I also fear that in these sort of games he might get a red card. He might be the next Chelsea player to get the red card, and then everything will be over for me in this FPL season. I'll call it a day. But yeah, my team is basically Van Dam and Galaferi. I'm not going with too many changes, and I have indeed activated my bench boost because I thought I wasn't able to decide whether to play Senesi, Virgil van Dijk, even Xhaka. I had in my team, but then I was like, okay, I need another midfielder. Then I thought that I have too many good options here. I have a team, I have a structure of the team where I am confident that some of these players like can fire on my bench also. I expect something from Xhaka. He's playing Man United. He has scored a goal against Man United also. He might like them, so he might come up with a goal or two. Dubravka has been having a decent season. He's not that bad. So even that option is good. Goodmanson playing at home, Leeds are good at home. Virgil van Dijk can come up with a set piece and score. So I'm not expecting a clean sheet from Virgil van Dijk, which also he can deliver. You never know. But yeah, basically I see like I have at least 30 good players here who can deliver this game. With Cabreches, I have my top three strikers. I'm going with Gyökeres because for Arsenal I really feel like if not now then when a team like West Ham is coming to your hometown and they are going to sit around and you can just go out there and play with all the creative options. And the fact that Mikel Arteta knows that they have lost two games previously, he will go all out against them, because he will realize that they form deep blocks and they counter attack on us. So I need to have a little bit of assurance with a DM like Declan Rice, but I need to go all out and get hold of the ball and be technically good in attack. So I feel like Jokeres will get opportunities, and he is very close to booming and going, like Arteta said in 2021 before Arsenal started mounting title challenges, that this project is going to go bang. And I feel like Joker is also going to go bang. Rangers, I have a lot of hope from, but he will not deliver. He's solely in my team because he's 5.7 million. I don't see that much upside on him. And similarly, Xavi Simmons, I thought the fixtures were good, and he was in the, he is the number 10 of Spurs. He is on set pieces, and he was basically playing in a game where he was taking up a lot of dangerous positions. So basically, what I think about Enzo Fernandez, I think about Javi Simmons, and with that also I think about Rangers and Eberechi. So my midfield construct is of that, where I see players who enter those dangerous positions and are not afraid to take a shot, or are good creatively also. So basically, that is the construct of my midfield, and basically, you will see I'm trusting a lot of big teams only, because the mid-table sides I know have a lot of good options. We have Semenyo also, who is really hurting me in this FPL season, but I really feel like eventually in the long season you will see these players outshine those type of players. Even that I have Calafiori, I would love to have Timber also in my defense, but the fact that I have three Arsenal players and you can only have three Arsenal players is weighing me down. Vicario and Van de Ven, I don't actually expect much from them, but it is what it is. Senesi is solely because it is a Friday fixture and need someone from one of those sites so I can watch that match. Sometimes I do that also. Like if it is a Friday fixture, I don't have a player for Friday, I just pick. And I could have also bought Semenyo, but something tells me that I don't need to go to a Semenyo, and all the points he needed to give, he has already given. But yeah, he can prove me wrong. He can have a wonderful season and then be the top scoring midfielder, and I'll be sad, obviously, even sadder than I am usually. Most people will go with Haaland captain, but because I am so much lower in the ranks, I am 6 million. I'm in a lot of trouble in every league, obviously, naturally. So I need to find a differential, and I need for Gyökeres to somehow deliver. And there are opportunities. It is not like this is a fluke thing. I'm just going for a punt. I actually see a potential where Gyökeres can outscore Haaland this game week. And Manchester City are not doing that well. Brentford are at home are decent defensively, so you don't expect 5-1 again for Manchester City. So yeah, that is basically for this game week. And if you see the fixtures, I think Fulham versus Bournemouth can be, ironically, I've played a defender where it can be a high scoring affair. Both teams love attacking football, and even for Fulham, I thought I'll play Harry Wilson, but those sort of players I like, but they don't deliver consistently performance wise. I'll keep away from them, because sometimes I like a player and I choose them and they are not really delivering week in week out. So it is not a good FPL option. It might be a good ball knowledge option, that oh, you know that he plays really well, but it is not necessarily a good FPL option. Going for Spurs versus Leeds, I expect a lot of goals here. Also, Leeds will attack at home and Spurs will find opportunities on the counter attack. And if they dominate position, then obviously Leeds are not that defensively solid, so they will create chances and the opportunities will be there for scoring goals. Arsenal was the West Ham. I expect total domination from Arsenal and a lot of goals. Manchester United versus Sunderland will be a really good fixture, and I cannot say this is a relegation battle with respect to Sunderland. They are playing really well, but they are playing a team that is fighting relegation right now, and they are begging for a win at home. They should do something. And you know what? I would love to have Bruno Fernandes or Matt on my team, but it is just that Man United are really, really poor right now, and you can't trust them. Chelsea versus Liverpool. So you see, the spread of fixtures is really good. You have a Friday night fixture that is not that boring, that can have goals. Then you have Spurs playing at 5 p.m. Indian time. Arsenal playing after that with Man United, and then Chelsea was a Liverpool. So it is good. And even if you see the Sunday fixture, Chelsea was a Liverpool, you obviously know what it is going to be. It is going to be a diet affair. Chelsea are going to be defensively solid, even though they don't have too many centre backs right now. Liverpool will end up scoring a goal or two, and they might win this fixture eventually. But I don't see like I cannot promise you that this player will score. Even it could literally be a Virgil van Dijk goal that wins Liverpool the game, or it could be a 1-1 draw, 0-0 draw, and so Chiesa can come up with a goal, etc. So those sort of things can happen in this game. So you really can't trust someone. But if you have your Liverpool, if you have your Liverpool assets and you want to trust them, then it's not that bad choice. Like I won't oppose you that hard that you don't need to have Liverpool options, but it is just that you cannot rely or for sure to say right now that they'll deliver. Aston Villa versus Burnley. Aston Villa seem to be playing well last game week, and they seem to be coming to form, so you'll expect something. Burnley has Anthony. As Semenyo is the top scorer, Anthony is the second highest top scorer. So in the midfield in FPL, so obviously there are upsides, and the people who have bagged Anthony, they have been rewarded. So that is not a bad option for people who have Anthony, and this could also, yeah, at Villa Park you see a lot of exciting games, so this can also be one. Burnley will be dangerous on counters, while I think Aston Villa should dominate this game and win. Everton versus Crystal Palace is the most boring game of this game week. Nobody should watch this, and you can expect clean sheets. This could be a very classic 0-0 or Crystal Palace. Eddie and Ketia has come into form, so you might like to see that what he is doing right now. But and even Mateta gets regularly the chances he needs. Newcastle, you might be interested in Voldemort if you are not going for Alexander Isaac like me, or even Ekitike. You can switch to Voldemort because he has a lot of upside. Gordon, obviously, I know. I also want him in my team soon, but right now I'm just waiting for him to click a little bit. If he scores in this game week, maybe I will buy him. Brighton are playing Wolves. Wolves have not started the season very well, and yeah, Brighton attackers. If you have Brighton attackers, you should be positive of a return this game week, and we end this game week and go into international break with a Manchester City vs Brentford, where everyone has Captain Haaland, so he'll end up scoring a lot of goals and making everyone happy as you leave for international break. So good spread of fixtures, exciting matches, and let's hope we get to see a lot of good football and a lot of points. I predict average points around 60 to 65 this game week. This could be a high scoring game week, and I personally am expecting 80 points at least because I have played the bench boost and I've gone all in before the international break. This I have already used the wild card. This is my second chip, and I have not used the triple captain because I'll save it for an Arsenal player because I think one of these games, Burnley at home, Sunderland at home, something might click, and I'll go all out for a midfielder, whoever is in form. If it is Bukayo Saka, I might bring him and triple captain him. So these sort of scenarios I'm thinking about. You tell me what you are thinking about for this game week and how your game weeks are going, where you are at FPL, and why I should learn from you. Bye bye. I cannot even speak. My throat is naturally so bad that I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be making videos because I'm sick, etc., etc., and I cannot even speak properly, as you see. But it is what it is. If you have seen till now, then yeah, congratulations. You have a lot of time in your life. Bye.